Hello! As you can tell, we're going to be talking a bit about mental health and some things. Basically, this is going to be a venting stream to whoever wants to vent about their issues, to whoever wants to open up, to people who haven't felt the best. And I'm going to play some music. So, hope you guys enjoy. I have probably gone on several tangents talking about reasons why I believe self-love and appreciation for oneself is an important topic, and why we should all understand that life is too short to hate yourself, and sometimes you gotta give yourself a bit of patience and kindness, even if it's difficult, even if it's hard. I wanted to make this stream so that way people know this is true. And when you hear this, you can trust me on it. Because it's an important thing. It's important to me, and I think it should be important to everybody that they all feel loved and appreciated, and that way they don't feel like they have to end it all. And I want this to be a bi-weekly thing where I make a stream about loving yourself, appreciating yourself, and basically just overall giving yourself a better life than you can ever think of. And sometimes giving yourself a better life means letting go of past hurt, letting go of past traumas, and just letting yourself live in the moment without thinking about it. Sometimes you have to be a child. Sometimes you have to let the little kid in you just exist. And I am more than proud to be on this platform. So, who would like to start talking first? Wait. Can you guys hear the music? Hello, this is a mental health stream. So where everybody in chat can just vent about whatever happens, and or I can just go on small tangents about what it means to love oneself and why loving oneself is like such an important thing. And I get to play Minecraft while we do this, and I'm playing some music in the background while I talk about this. And I just want to make sure everybody knows how important it is to just love yourself and give yourself some grace. I mostly made this stream because I got a notification for my online sister's post that she was feeling like she was getting some self-hate thoughts, and I want people like her to not feel that way. So I decided to make these kinds of streams, and I want to make this stream a bi-weekly thing where I just talk about how important it is to just love yourself and how you can show love for your own self. So yeah, just hit me with your best stories, and I could talk about it, and I could even talk about similar stories to that. This is a channel where we're open to one another, where we all let go of the pain and the suffering from before. I hate myself sometimes. Yeah, it's understandable. Sometimes we do hate ourselves. Sometimes we don't feel like we are deserving of love. And that's okay. The sooner we accept the fact that we don't always have to love ourselves, and the sooner that we realize that sometimes loving yourself is so difficult and hard, and that it shouldn't be something, and that we can learn how to make it easier for us, I feel like that's when we're gonna finally feel more free to love and more free to like have time for ourselves and actually not feel like we dislike how we look, disliking our bodies, and stuff like that. I just hope that as I make these streams, people will look at themselves and say, hey, I might not be a big fan of how I am or how I look, but people do like me, and that's what's important. And I hope people notice this in the comments, and they think about it, and then who knows, maybe things can work out. Because I really hope my little group that I've made here, I really hope that they can learn how to love themselves and appreciate who they are. So yeah, I'm fine today. We just had a long day, and I'm gonna have to do a lot of stuff tomorrow since VBS is soon, and yeah, it's gonna be a very long week. A very long week, and I'm pretty excited because this is the first time I'm gonna be teaching for that, and I've always loved the idea of helping the kids around my age, but I do plan on helping the littler ones, and I hope I can be a good enough teacher for them. So yeah, that's just my goal. And hopefully I can keep my brain focused as I do the work. And yeah, and I just want to say, working, it might seem tiring at first, but oh, it becomes so worth it as you look back and see how much you've done, and you feel so much happier about yourself, guys. Like, it's a miracle about how much happier I felt about myself ever since I started working on everything. And like, because back then I can admit I wasn't really, I was not really the biggest fan of myself, but like now I could say I'm like my own best friend, and I have learned to appreciate who I am, and I want to share a bit of that blessing with whoever I can find, because the blessing of loving oneself can be so powerful and so magical. I just really hope people will understand that it's not easy to love yourself, but you shouldn't chop it up to, oh, like, you shouldn't let yourself go. Anyway, bye. So